Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for May 31st, 2025. On Thursday, May 29th, it marked one full week of Universal Epic Universe being open to the public. One previously advertised offering has yet to make an appearance since the days of team member previews, however, and that would be the Flying Dragon drones of How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk. The Flying Dragon drones were confirmed back in February this year following the release of initial concept art that featured several dragons flying in the skies above Berk. However, only one dragon drone has been seen since then. One of the Flying Dragon drones was first spotted back in mid-March by Wesh 2 News ahead of team member previews. In their footage, the drone was Hookfang, that's Snotlout's monstrous nightmare dragon. It wasn't actively flying at the time, but was seen parked on the ground. Guests visiting the park in mid-April reported seeing the same drone in flight. As BioReconstruct noted on X, the Flying Dragons have not been seen since, including not during any of the media preview days, not during the grand opening VIP party, not during the grand opening day either, and not since. Not mentioned during either of the grand opening live streams hosted by Universal either, and Universal has not made an official statement regarding the absence of the flying drones, and a mention of them is still present in their post that confirmed their appearance on the Discover Universal blog. Now, they have since in the media said that the dragons we've seen were tests, they were prototypes, and that they're on the precipice of debuting these. Now, do I believe that? Not necessarily, because I don't believe Disney or Universal PR generally as far as I can throw them in most cases. So I think it's weird that we saw so much testing of these and there was so much talk of them, and they've just, like, Universal very silently, until they were pressed, until someone asked a question, until multiple outlets asked a question, no one wanted to talk about it. And so now it's like, oh, those are prototypes. We don't know yet. I don't know. Now, since they started developing them, a lot has happened. There, of course, was that horrible accident in Orlando where a child was hit with a falling drone. And that prompted them to remove drones from the nighttime show for a while. And I would assume there are legal concerns. I would assume, given that, there is some sensitivity and there are legal concerns, and it's curious to see if, we're all curious to see if these will actually materialize at some point. We'll have to wait and see if it happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just don't. It would be nice to see them. I hope they do happen, but Eric Morton, who works here at WWNT, when we went to the park, said the following. He said, I don't know that I've ever been to a theme park that it's more clear that the lawyers had a lot of input. There are a lot of things in the park you see where obviously the nets at the Werewolf Ride come to mind. The procedures at the Constellation Carousel, where every adult has to wear a seatbelt, which that's not common on carousels. And when you think about those things, and even one little thing we'll talk about later, which definitely makes me feel this way, you wonder if the lawyers are ever going to give them the clear, give them the green light and put them in the clear to run these, at least over guests. Like, maybe they'll have to fly backstage within view. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. But for now, there are no flying dragons in Berk. If you happen to buy some photos while you're at Epic Universe, there are special grand opening photo folders and limited edition lithographs available if you do so for a limited time. We don't know how limited, but they won't be there forever. The front of the folder features the Universal Epic Universe logo with the medallions of the 4 main worlds of How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic. Upon opening the folder, you'll find your glossy photo print tucked into the sleeve on the right, which features celestial art with the park's word mark. On the left is another folder, which features your limited edition lithograph, which can be seen through a circular window cutout or portal. So there are 4 of these available currently. There is the Dark Universe, there is Isle of Berk, there is Celestial Park, and there is Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, Celestial Park, and Super Nintendo World all have theirs. They're numbered, so we have 4 of what it says will be 5 of these lithographs. The fifth lithograph, which would represent the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, is still not available. I went and asked every day since, and still no word on it. There is some belief that they're having trouble clearing Warner Brothers legal to get this thing out. And this is not the thing I'm talking about with lawyers. We'll get to that in a moment. So you can collect 4 of the 5 right now, and those lithographs are marked grand opening as well. So again, this won't all last. This is limited time. If you buy ride photos or otherwise in the print version, you can get these and collect them all. Well, at least collect all that are available. The folders and lithographs come with the purchase of either a 5x7 or an 8x9 inch glossy printed photo. Pricing is the same park-wide. It comes in at $24.99 for a 5x7, $29.99 for an 8x9, but you do get annual pass holder discount on these if you are a pass holder. Starting in 2026, guests will be able to hop between Epic Universe and other Universal Orlando Resort theme parks with park-to-park tickets. As discovered by Magic Mania on X, guests booking vacation packages for travel after January of 2026 will have the option to choose a park-to-park ticket that includes Epic Universe. There are 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, and 14-day park-to-park ticket options. Each entitles one guest admission to Universal Studios Florida, Universal Islands of Adventure, and Universal Epic Universe theme parks. According to the details, the 3-day ticket for park-to-park is it's starting at $520.79. There are also base tickets that include entry to Epic Universe. Base tickets allow guests to visit only one park per day. A 3-day base ticket starts at $456.88. None of the ticket details include information about Epic Universe restrictions, like only being able to visit the park on one day. Until now, guests could only purchase a standalone 1-day Epic Universe ticket or add a single day at Epic Universe to their Universal Orlando Resort ticket. It looks like guests will be able to more easily visit the new park multiple times next year. Of course, there are also those 3-day tickets where one of your 3 days could be at Epic. But it seems they'll be relaxing a lot of that come January of next year. Of course, still no announcements regarding Epic Universe annual passes, and given the capacity problems that are happening at a still limited capacity, I don't think that would be a wise decision. If they're already struggling with only, a third or less of their intended park capacity in the park, then I would keep people out. I would not let more people in, and I'd let the people that do have a ticket enjoy it. So as much as I want an annual pass because I love the park, I don't want an annual pass to a park that is not handling people well. So hopefully they'll figure that out, and then we can buy tickets. The second in a series of 5 Universal Epic Universe-inspired Passholder buttons will feature Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. The new Toothless button will be available exclusively to pass holders while supplies last, beginning on June 2nd. It honors How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, one of the 5 lands or worlds in Epic Universe. The button will be available for pickup at the UOAP Lounge in Universal's Islands of Adventure from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. or the Tonight Shop in Universal Studios Florida from park open to close. It will not be available at Epic Universe. Through the end of this month, or while supplies last, the first Epic Universe button is available. That's the Stardust Racers one. Presumably, the next 3 buttons will each represent the other worlds, being Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And so, Toothless is the next button starting June 2nd. Universal just dropped an exciting new shoulder plush that looks like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. We found the shoulder plush at multiple locations. It's in Lost Continent right now while they're celebrating How to Train Your Dragon. We also saw it at Epic. It's in a number of places you can find it. The plush retails for $25. And while we've seen many Toothless items in Isle of Berk, this is a brand new one that has Toothless in a version you can wear on your shoulder. So they've shrunken him down a bit with a slightly larger head than the rest of his body. Toothless is smiling, and his bright green eyes are looking up cutely. The plush Toothless includes his arms, wings, ears, spines, and tails all sticking out from the sides of his body, and most of the plush is covered in soft velvety material, while his wings and tail are a slightly harder black material to keep their angular shape. The tag includes the logo for the upcoming How to Train Your Dragon live-action film, so it's likely an item in conjunction with that and not something for the Isle of Berk at Epic Universe. In the style of other shoulder plush, Toothless comes with a small magnetic puck that's designed to fit underneath your shoulder and your clothing, and the magnetic pull keeps Toothless perched on the side of either shoulder as though he's traveling with you on your next adventure. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guests and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and the team will design your next epic vacation, from the Universal Parks to the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts, the Disney Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, Royal Caribbean, and more. Guests can now buy a box of Butterbeer-flavored caramel-filled barrels in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic in Epic Universe. Guests can get this and other unique Butterbeer treats at the sweet shop called Caramel Sounds like caramel. This retails for $20. The chocolate treats are shaped like beer barrels. 8 come in one box. They're displayed in a gold tray with a transparent cover, and a shiny Butterbeer logo is on the top. Nutritional information can be found on the back of the packaging. The barrels do contain milk and soy and were manufactured on shared equipment with peanuts, tree nuts, eggs, sulfites, and wheat. We have a full article on all the other items you can get at K. Ramel. You can check out on our website. I will say this, I love K. Ramel. The packaging is unparalleled. What makes me sad about Butterbeer stuff in particular in the park is they were very worried about putting the French word for Butterbeer on the product, and that's what makes it special in this new world. Like, I don't understand why they were so afraid that guests wouldn't know it said Butterbeer. I would like more product that says Butterbeer in French. That's why I bought the souvenir cup. I think that's pretty cool. Please put Butterbeer in French on more product. I promise the guests will know what it is. Rama Valerie, the voice of Ygor in Monsters Unleashed, the Frankenstein Experiment, visited Epic Universe during the grand opening celebration and competed with the Ygor walkaround character for the title of Real Ygor. Quote, I had the most epic day ever at the grand opening of Universal Epic Universe. Playing Ygor for Monsters Unleashed, the Frankenstein Experiment was a dream gig, and getting to experience the ride, the land, and the entire park in person was truly incredible. In his video, Valerie switched into his Ygor voice to introduce himself and welcome guests into Dark Universe. He met up with Matthias Ward, the voice of Dracula, saying he would capture him again for Dr. Frankenstein. The pair then ran into the walk-around Ygor character, who has become a viral sensation. Ygor had the crowd cheer to indicate they thought who the real Ygor was, with Valerie clearly winning. The walk-around actor playing Ygor is incredible, said Valerie, though. Major props to him. Valerie and Ward rode Monsters Unchained, along with Danny Elfman, who composed the world's original music. They also hung out with Gregory Hall, the ride's creative director, who Valerie said in a previous Instagram post is a true artist and an even better person. In the Instagram post revealing his casting, Valerie said he drew inspiration for his performance from Peter Lorre in Arsenic and Old Lace, Marty Feldman in Young Frankenstein, or is it Frankenstein, and the manic energy of Kenneth Mars in Everything. Some of his improvised lines made it into the final attraction as well. This was the job of a lifetime, Valerie wrote. Getting to combine my love of the classic Universal monsters, improv, voice acting, motion capture, and theme parks was a unique and incredible globe-trotting experience. Ward also took to Instagram to thank Universal and Gregory Hall, writing, so grateful to play this character and be part of this incredible legacy. Thanks to the whole Dark Universe and Monsters Unchained team. Forever grateful. You can watch Valerie and Ward visit Dark Universe in the video on our website. Ygor, the walk-around character, whether it's, they have different names, whether it's Girl Boss Ygor or old Uncle Ygor, whatever they are. Every Ygor I've encountered has been magnificent, and it's a fantastic character they have to build from the attraction. Well written, but I didn't even know there was improv in there. I just think there's so many fun lines from, the whole attraction is very well written. But Ygor has so many fun lines, love this character, and I think it's gonna be an enduring one, and I think for a generation of people, this is gonna be Ygor. This is gonna be the Ygor of this generation, who probably don't have any, I'll be honest, other than maybe the Young Frankenstein Ygor. They may, or Ygor, they may not have any knowledge of any Ygor characters. So it's a good one. I think it's a good amalgamation of all the most famous in pop culture, and it works really well, and it's a very lovable, oddball character from the attraction. Now that Universal Epic Universe has officially opened, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, received a few additional props in its first pre-show. Epic Universe celebrated that grand opening on May 22nd, and while the park had already been through several stages of previews, a few of the attractions received additional updates ahead of the actual opening date. One of these attractions, again, was Monsters in Dark Universe. The attraction has 2 pre-show rooms, one of which brings guests into a space where they meet a screen-based version of Ygor. The room, which is supposed to be a Gothic-style hall in Frankenstein Manor, has an in-world example of the attraction's ride vehicle encased in a glass chamber and surrounded by fake candles. If you want to see more of the attraction's massive queue and details, we do have a full photo tour on our website, and there's plenty of video here on the channel. Since posting our original tour of the queue, the pre-show room has now been updated with new props. The first change is the addition of human mannequins to the example ride vehicle, matching the mannequins shown in the ride safety videos just a few rooms away. The seats in the vehicle, which used to be empty, are now filled with 3 human-sized wooden mannequins. The figures are painted to look like they're wearing colored shirts and carved with neutral facial expressions. They're slung around the glass case as Ygor delivers his chilling warning to the invited lab rats. The mannequin that was previously sitting in the empty seat lies on the base of the display as though it fell out. So they had one that was like fallen out and on the bottom. It only lasted a few days, and then it was taken away and it has not returned. Obviously, we don't think there was something wrong with the mannequin that was put face down on the ground of the display case. My assumption would be that lawyers came in and said, oh, we don't like you insinuating that people could fall out of the ride. We don't like that. That being said, I assume said lawyers have not traveled further through the queue. They probably saw these photos online, maybe even from us, and got angry and didn't realize that if you watch the pre-show a couple rooms away, the safety video, I should say, there are lots of bad things that happen to the mannequins in that video. And so if you're not okay with the mannequin being face down in this glass tube, you probably wouldn't be okay with what happens to them a little later. So I think it's weird that they had that removed, but then maybe it's not lawyers, maybe something was wrong with it, who knows? But it's not there now, and we'll keep an eye on it though. We will very much be watching to see if the mannequin returns. I love this. These 2 pre-shows are wonderful, wonderful. And I didn't think they could get better, but adding, there's these wood versions of the monsters all around the chamber as well. They're like hiding in the candle layer, I would say. There's the wolf man with pointed teeth and wolf-style ears. One of the brides of Dracula is there. On the left side are wooden dolls for the creature from the Black Lagoon and the mummy. And the creature is green with ridges for his scales along his arms and face. With the mummy is painted with white stripes to represent his wrappings. I should say her wrappings. It's supposedly the female mummy in the attraction. I don't know if people know that. And then another doll is appropriately themed to Dracula, which is standing on top of a candle and leaning against the wall in the back left. These are wonderful. They did such a great job with merchandise that I can't believe these didn't get made. I can't believe no one thought these wood monster dolls would not make a great product. This needs to be the next line of merchandise. I need to own all of them. I love them so much. But yeah, the little wood mannequin's gone. Don't know if it's going to come back. Did the lawyers get to it? Did something else happen? We may never know. But wherever you are, mannequin, we miss you. Please come back. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in Universal Islands of Adventure is now part of Universal Express Pass 6 years after it opened to guests. That means you can now purchase the pass to skip the standby line. On the official webpage for the attraction, Express Pass is mentioned and also now on the app as well. Hagrid's has been set up for an Express Pass line since July of 2024, but it hasn't happened. There were rumors a couple of months ago that it was going to happen, and then earlier in the week, we found out that it was supposed to have launched already. It kept getting delayed, and now finally it is being offered. The single rider line has been off and on, depending when you go. It's believed they will still be operating it through this time, but we'll have to actually go check it out and make sure that's true before I say it as a fact. But the single rider queue is what's used for Express. It's possible that single rider will still be available sometimes, but share that queue. We'll have to see operationally how this all looks. But finally, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is offered with Universal Express Pass. Before Jurassic World Rebirth hits theaters this July, new collections of merchandise inspired by the film and some previous Jurassic Park films has arrived at Universal Orlando Resort. All the new merchandise is available in the Universal Studios store at CityWalk. There's a ball cap that's $27. The Jurassic World Rebirth Spirit jersey is $80. The T-Rex magnet is $9. The Velociraptor $9 as well. Spinosaurus is $9. There's also a Rebirth throw blanket for $40. A Jurassic World Rebirth patch set is $22. The youth t-shirt is $25. The 16-ounce water bottle is $27. The Jurassic World Rebirth backpack is $40. The t-shirt is $30. A metal mug is $25. A metal sign is $30. The Jurassic World Rebirth belt bag is $30. The button pack is $11. Magnet is $9. Tank top $33. A ball cap for $27. A youth hoodie for $45. A t-shirt for $27. A metal carabiner mug for $17. A pullover sweatshirt is $55. The keychain retails for $14. The quick dry towel is $30. A youth hoodie is $55. The youth shorts are $30. The Loungefly mini backpack is $95. The Loungefly belt bag is $85, and the Loungefly wallet is $65. There is a Roosevelt's button-up shirt. It's $70. Then there is the Jurassic Park merchandise, which has more of a retro feel to it. There's a Raglan t-shirt at $40, shorts for $35, a water bottle for $18, a Ringer t-shirt for $28 as well. Jurassic World Rebirth will be in theaters on July 2nd. You can watch the trailer on our website or probably here on YouTube, but we'd like the page view. Help us out. In honor of the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie releasing in June and coinciding with the opening of Epic Universe, an overlay inspired by the franchise has gone up in the Lost Continent at Universal Islands of Adventure. When approaching the Lost Continent from the Seuss Landing side, guests are greeted by a life-size version of Astrid's deadly nadir, Stormfly, looking down from the entrance bridge. A wooden How to Train Your Dragon sign hangs over the front of the bridge. Stormfly's tail, covered in spikes, is visible, and past the archway, strings of banners and lanterns hang across the sidewalk. These feature How to Train Your Dragon-inspired designs. The heraldry shop has been redecorated. Murals of red and green dragons are now above the shop's awnings. More dragon banners hang around this tree. The large center banner reads, "Welcome to Dragon Training." It features Nordic designs and various symbols representing the different dragons. A shiny green is in the center of the design. 3 long banners hang on the poles in front of the shop. 2 feature Norse-style dragon artwork. The center features the poster for the live-action remake, which is in theaters on June 13th. 4 framed posters feature artwork of different dragons with their species names in Nordic-style lettering. They have statistics listed like you might see on a trading card. The species are the Monstrous Nightmare, the Night Fury, the Deadly Nadir, Thunderdrum, the Gronkle, and Hideous Zippleback. Inside, the heraldry shop offers How to Train Your Dragon merchandise. The shop already carried some items, as well as Dueling Dragons merchandise and generic dragon merchandise. How to Train Your Dragon has definitely expanded with some Epic Universe merchandise items available. Dueling Dragons merchandise is available in the All Hallows Eve boutique. Family Crest items are also still available at heraldry. And behind the checkout counter is a map of Berk and surrounding islands. And above the map is the How to Train Your Dragon sign. The sign style is inspired by the more realistic look of the upcoming movie. In theaters, June 13th is on a sign below it. The map features various dragons, Viking ships, and lands. A small banner hanging near the shop's entrance showcases the 5 dragon species and reads, "We have dragons," a famous quote about Berk. The dragons pictured are their live-action versions. A Viking shield with a silver-toned dragon is on the front of the counter. Part of the map featuring Berk is also on the counter. And more Viking shields and documents hang above the merchandise displays. The documents include smaller versions of the dragon species cards that were displayed outside. The other piece of paper appears to be from a Book of Dragons with the title page nailed first in the row. The next page lists the symbols featured alongside the dragon imagery. The other pages have drawings of dragons and details about the different species. One of the shields is green with a white Nordic design featuring 4 dragon heads. The other is orange-brown with yellow and green designs. The former seating area across from the heraldry features a Toothless photo spot. Though it's not quite the same as meeting Toothless at Epic, the Toothless figure is approximately life-size with realistic features. He's stagnant among 3D cloud elements with a backdrop showcasing other dragons flying through the sky. Guests can stand behind Toothless so it looks like they're riding him through the sky. We couldn't resist letting our Toothless shoulder plush take a spin. The former pendant press location has been turned into a How to Train Your Dragon workshop set featuring prop replicas. A wooden display has the How to Train Your Dragon wordmark and June 13th carved into the front. And atop the display are replicas of Astrid and Hiccup's weapons, shields, and costumes. And though these aren't screen-used props, they are detailed recreations of the items in the movie. Universal has already announced there will be a sequel to the live-action How to Train Your Dragon film. So this is going to be a thing we're going to live with for a long time. People love this franchise. Hopefully the live-action movies are good. And maybe we'll see some more money spent in Berk at Epic Universe. Clean up those sightlines, man. After seeing the booths appear in the Amity Island themed section of Universal Studios Florida, the menus are now up and the booths are now open for the Jaws snack locations. The San Francisco area of Universal Studios Florida has been transformed into Little Amity, a temporary Jaws land arriving to celebrate the film's 50th anniversary. The area has been decorated like a 4th of July celebration with patriotic-themed flags, outdoor tables, and a Jaws photo op inspired by the old ride. The light blue building is called Captain Quint's Boardwalk Snacks. Named for the famous shark hunter from the film, this booth has a bright red sign and serves a mixture of seafood-inspired snacks and beverages. The menu includes the bucket of bait for $14.99, which is crispy pieces of clams, shrimp, and oysters sitting on a bed of fries with lemon and sriracha ketchup. The lobster taiyaki is $14.99. It's savory taiyaki filled with a lobster salad. The Amity Island iced tea, you get for $16.50, you get 20 ounces in a souvenir cup, $13.50 for 20-ounce souvenir refill, and $13.50 for a 12-ounce single serve. That's New Amsterdam vodka, Bacardi Superior rum, Cuervo Tradicional Blanco tequila, Bowls apricot brandy, lemon juice, cranberry juice, simple syrup, and Sprite. There's also an Amity Island iced tea mocktail for $9. It's cranberry juice, stone fruit syrup, and Sprite. They have a Narragansett available for $10.50. Coke fountain drinks are $4.99, and Smart Water, I almost said it in an Amity accent. The Smart Water is $6. The yellow and green booth to the side of Captain Quince is called the Midway Grill. The booth has a sign with the menu posted on the right near the extended queue. The Midway Grill has more classic Carnival or 4th of July food, some of which are what was available at the now closed Midway Grill restaurant in Amity at Universal Studios Florida. The entire section of the park that used to be Amity for Jaws was removed to construct the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley. As implied by the signs on the roof of the booth, this location serves a hot dog, funnel cake, and beverages. You can get that Nathan's hot dog for $9.49. It's like Nathan's hot dog. The funnel cake is $7.99. I was sad to see it's such a plain menu, but at the same time, I then remembered this is exactly what they sold at the actual Midway Grill. So there's a part of me that's like, oh, that's cute. They do have the Frenzy Fizz. It's $16.50 for 20 ounce, $13.50 for 20 ounce refill, and $13.50 for a 12 ounce single serve. And there's a $9 mocktail version as well. This is Captain Morgan spiced rum, raspberry puree, stone fruit syrup, and Coca-Cola orange cream. They also have the Narragansett and the Coke fountain drinks and Smart Water available at this booth too. Universal Studios Florida is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws with a collection of new merchandise, an annual Passholder Jaws magnet, and Jaws Sipper coming at a later date. Where is my Jaws Sipper? I need it. Please hurry. Halloween season hasn't quite begun yet, but Universal Orlando Resort has a unique new Halloween Horror Nights souvenir available at the All Hallows Eve Boutique. The All Hallows Eve Boutique is located in the Lost Continent at Islands of Adventure. The area is currently decked out with dragon decor, but All Hallows Eve Boutique remains themed to Halloween. The new items are HHN wall signs and masks inspired by Jack the Clown, all custom made by Dynamic Designs International. There are various options, each representing the classic HHN icon in different ways. The full-size mask is $99.95, is a realistic, detailed representation of Jack, including colorful makeup, a red clown nose, a slick back hair, and a bow tie. There are also small carvings of Jack's face set against oval bases for $65. Though Jack classically has orange hair and green makeup, the pieces come in various colors like green hair with blue makeup. Another small carving of Jack's face is completely gold tone instead of colorful. There's also a stone-style HHN sign for $74.95. It's topped with a skull that has Jack's orange hair. Universal posted the same video of static on both of their Halloween Horror Nights X accounts, likely teasing an impending announcement for this year's event. The videos were posted simultaneously at 12:34 on the Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort HHN accounts. The time is in honor of this year's Orlando event being Halloween Horror Nights 34. If you slow down the clip, the phrase "relive the horror" can be seen among the static, but what does reliving the horror mean? We'll find out hopefully soon. This is like just about the latest in the last several years we have gone without any announcements of any kind or ticket sales. Obviously they wanted the focus to be on Epic, and I get that, but Epic's open now. Come on, we need to know about Horror Nights. Let's go. It's time. After closing in February, the former Studio Suites location at Universal Studios Florida has transformed into an extension of the Universal Studios store. Studio Suites was attached to the Universal Studios store on the corner closest to the park's entrance. And after crews removed the former store's signage and left the Universal Studios store plaques around the doors, we speculated that this corner would be incorporated into the regular merchandise shop. Along with the remaining Universal Studios plaques, neon 35 years of Universal Studios Florida window decals have been added to the facade. Another neon decal showcasing some of the franchises featured on the merchandise has also been added to the exterior. Inside, many franchises and fandoms are represented. One front shelf focuses on Hello Kitty merchandise items such as t-shirts, plush, and Loungefly bags. There's also a large Jaws 50th anniversary display with decor and merchandise. Several items from the Jaws 50th anniversary collection are available as Universal Orlando Resort celebrates that 50th anniversary. When entering the Jaws section of the store, there is a Visit Amity Island poster displayed on a sunset-inspired painted wall. On the other side of the wall is an enlarged Greetings from Amity Island postcard. The famous Jaws shark is seen on yet another wall alongside mannequins sporting the anniversary merchandise. Looking towards the exit, there are several more sections full of merchandise, including some standalone racks, mannequins, and wall displays. And among the merchandise is a selection from the 35 years of Universal Studios Florida Retro Neon Merchandise Collection. More Jaws 50th merch, such as a t-shirt, cooler bag, and toys are located in this corner. Displays focusing on E.T. and Jurassic Park merchandise are marked with round neon signs with simplified logos for each film standing on an upper shelf. These neon logos match some of the 35th anniversary ones. Other franchises represented in the store include King Kong and Back to the Future. The store is filled with gold and white details to create a more minimalistic look, likely so that any future merchandise displays and collections will pop against the store's muted backgrounds. But stop making stores plain. Disney and Universal are both doing this, and I hate it. Thankfully, at Epic, that didn't happen. All the store interiors at Epic are magnificent, but in other places, they have got to stop doing that. Universal Suites has opened at the entrance of Universal Studios Florida, taking over the former On Location shop and officially replacing Studio Suites, which we just talked about was across the way. The On Location gift shop closed in January and Studio Suites closed in February. The latter was part of the Universal Studios store, as we just mentioned. Universal Suites is on the right side after entering the park. As On Location, the building was shades of teal and blue. It was repainted with a new gray and blue color scheme. It received decorative piping above the entryways. The general shape of the building remains the same, including 2 sets of entrance doors. The Universal Suites sign, revealed a few days ago, have suites in large colorful lettering, and Universal is smaller white lettering. A sign outside of one entrance advertises fresh-made fudge. Though hard to see from outside, the windows and doors are decorated with a series of colorful circular decals. A section of rounded black flooring is at each entrance, jutting out into the white speckled flooring. The gray and blue color scheme continues inside with blue stripes running along the tops of the walls and curving down to the floor. There is a colorful mural on the walls behind the checkout counter and bakery cases. Universal Suites is at the center of the mural with stripes of color fanning from it, and there are more circular decorations on the mural. The cash wrap and bakery cases are blue with silver striping. The counters are white and strips of light cut across the ceiling. The display shelves in the center of the room are silver, white, and blue. There are small spotlights lining the space, and built-in shelves along one wall have illuminated panels above them featuring colorful stars. None of the food or souvenirs at Universal Suites are new. They include some of the Wicked-inspired snacks, including marshmallow pops, Rice Krispie treats, and rock candy treats. And there are other rock candy treats and box snacks inspired by Minions, Trolls, Dr. Seuss, Jaws, Spider-Man, and E.T. Souvenir sippers include the giant pink donut-shaped sipper inspired by The Simpsons and a Minion-shaped sipper, both $20 and including a free fill. Some of the candy is branded with the Universal Suites packaging that debuted last year. You can pour your own custom candy mix in a bag. It's $4.35 per quarter of a pound or $17 per pound. All the frozen ice cream offerings are $5.79 each. This includes Haagen-Dazs Vanilla Milk Chocolate Almond Treats, Nestle Ice Cream Sandwiches, Nestle Dibs, the Toll House Chocolate Chip Ice Cream Sandwiches, and various drumsticks. Sodas are $5, iced tea $5, Powerade $5.50, and other energy drinks are $6. And Body Armor sports drinks are $5.50, and premium H2O Plus water is $6. The bakery cases house fresh fudge, cupcakes, Rice Krispie treats, marshmallow pops, s'mores, candy apples, cookies, cakes, and more. As signs on each case indicate, all the bakery items are made in a location where cross-contamination with gluten, sesame, soy, peanuts, and tree nuts is possible. Finnegan's Bar and Grill at Universal Studios Florida has introduced a new menu which replaces or updates nearly every item. Among the items removed are the fan favorite Finnegan's Potato and Onion Web, the Webb Burger, and all of the soup and salad entrees. Pictured here is the Finnegan's menu from March of 2025 when Universal Orlando Resort updated menu prices. The new Finnegan's menu reportedly debuted on Wednesday. We have a complete article on our website breaking down what's new and what's gone, so check that out. But I know a lot of people are very upset about what's gone. The refurbishment of the Lone Palm Airport Bar may have concluded earlier this year, but Jimmy Buffett's plane, the Hemisphere Dancer, has just returned to its usual spot. The Lone Palm Airport Bar, which is located in Universal CityWalk, just across from Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, closed in March for the construction. The bar officially reopened in April, though there were some remaining construction elements until early May. However, when we returned in May, Jimmy Buffett's plane was still missing. The Hemisphere Dancer was temporarily removed from its outdoor location back in 2024, and as later confirmed in a statement from Universal, the Hemisphere Dancer has been temporarily removed from Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville for refurbishment. She will return to CityWalk Orlando next year. Well, she's back. As of May 29th, the Hemisphere Dancer has returned. It's back in its old spot. The plane appears unchanged from a distance, though the paint on the front does appear to be a bit brighter than before its extended refurb. The bar section closest to the plane is not open just yet. It appears the plane is still getting properly installed on its concrete support posts, so guests are stopped from getting too close by construction walls, but it should be done soon. Happy to see it back. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to UPNT on YouTube for more great content, click the bell for notifications, and make sure you hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show or our honest reviews or other content, dining reviews, and much more we put out every week. For UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.